Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and for our second video today we're going to have a look at the current severe thunderstorms breaking out across southern and eastern England at the moment. Now, I did post the third winter look ahead about an hour or two ago, so make sure you do check that out if you are interested in what's going to be happening over the next few weeks, next months in general. In that video I did say severe thunderstorms coming this evening, not making a video on it today because we did cover it extensively yesterday and would only be updating it if we did see a change in what was happening. Now, over the course of this afternoon, that heavier rain that was further northwards has spread all the way across into Scotland and northern England now. We've got these severe thunderstorms breaking in the south and the east, and they are a lot more severe than I initially anticipated, and I think a lot of people initially anticipated. They are extremely active, and they are pretty much summer thunderstorms in terms of their precipitation and in terms of their lightning strikes. These could be some of the most active storms we've seen all summer in the traditional period we see storms, so I did want to just briefly put a small video out there to make sure those people out in the east this afternoon and evening do take the necessary precautions, because there are some big storms moving in. So if you start on the live radar, you can see down in the south and the east we've got all these reds. That is where we've got active thunderstorm cells at the moment. A bit of a gap here, perhaps towards Brighton, Eastbourne, Hastings, where the lightning activity is reducing, but out towards Southampton, Portsmouth, Bournemouth, and these cells breaking further inland. Those are really quite severe at the moment, and then we've got some more severe thunderstorms across parts of northern France that could start to clip Kent and parts of Essex later this afternoon into the evening. Now, if we do go over to net weather, and you can see this even better. Now, if we actually do take the lightning off, you can see the position of this band of thunderstorms. You can see even better colour gradient here, where we see these whitey, pinky colours. Those are severe thunderstorms. Hail likely within these cells. You can see they're pushing into London at the moment. And you put on the lightning, you see any of those orange and red crosses. Those are active lightning strikes within the last 10 to 20 minutes. Of course, we rarely do see many reds because it takes time for it to be picked up by lightning detectors, but you can almost not pick out some of the radar here because of all these lightning strikes. You can see that gap I was talking about down across the south coast, down here towards Eastbourne, where there are reduced lightning activity. There still are loads of strikes around, so still dangerous conditions here, and these cells move inland. Just look at the bulk of these storms moving northwards into southeast England. Severe storms coming in here, and these are some of the most active storms we've seen all summer. So please do take care, and this is coming towards the end of October. It really is quite ridiculous seeing this. So over the course of the evening, please make sure you do keep up to date with the weather warnings and keep an eye on the radars. These storms will be popping in and out of existence. The main band perhaps could reduce in intensity over the course of this evening, but there will still be a lot of heavy rain, lightning activity, especially over the next few hours. So please do take care. If we do go over to the weather warnings, you can see we still have a yellow warning in force. It was shifted southwards and eastwards. The northern and western extent was cut off, but you can see where the storm's moving in at the moment. We are seeing the yellow warning. Expires at 2 a.m. tomorrow, and you can see it has been trimmed. And again, we look at the further details. Earlier thundery rain is now in the process of clearing northeastwards. That was the rain earlier today, but following a brief brighter interlude, albeit with scattered heavy showers and isolated thunderstorms. Further heavy rain and thunderstorms expected to spread northwards late this afternoon and evening, particularly across southern and then eastern parts of England, easing through the early hours of Monday morning. A few locations could see 20 to 30 millimetres falling within an hour, as much as 40 to 60 millimetres in 2 to 3 hours. Frequent lightning, squally winds and hail are also possible. These thundery hazards probably focus across southern and eastern parts. High impact scale, low end of the likelihood. I wouldn't be surprised if over the next hour or two we could see a snap amber warning put into force, but at this stage, who knows really, because if we did see it put into force, I don't think many people would actually see it. So yeah, please do take care out there. These are some of the most active storms we've seen all summer, and I know it's the end of autumn, so or the second half of autumn now, so it is unexpected. But please do take the necessary precautions, as if this was a massive thundery breakdown in the middle of the summer. It's going to be dangerous out there with frequent lightning, gusty winds, hail, and lightning. And if we do briefly go over to the UKV, you can see the showers and storms breaking out this evening. You can see here they're nowhere near as organised as we're actually seeing them in the live radar. So this is why I did update this, because the what we were showing the last few days is not quite as severe as it is in reality. And you do get this with thunderstorms. Sometimes they're nowhere near as intense as the models make them out to be. Sometimes they're more intense, and this is a case where they are a bit more intense than we anticipated. And over the course of this afternoon, they eventually spread through East Anglia, but still storms moving in through the evening. Another batch potentially there, heading through the Isle of Wight, Southampton into the London area, before eventually easing through the early hours. So even behind this first initial band of storms could be a brief dry spell for more storms move in around 9, 10, 11 p.m. Really could be quite severe out there. And if we go over to Meteoseal, go to the WRF, you can see why these storms are breaking out, because look at that huge cape we have across eastern England. And it means these storms, traditionally, these sort of import storms can dissipate and disintegrate as they move inland and over the English Channel, but these are likely to hold their strength and reform like those cells breaking out in the London area over the course of this afternoon and evening. Look at those cape values. Again, they're not ridiculously high, but they are ridiculously high for the end of October. With already huge activity out there, it is likely that that huge activity is going to progress, stay intact, and produce storms further north as well through the evening, for slowly dissipating around 9, 10, maybe midnight, 10, sort of 11, 12. But even then, that would just stop storm formation. But it will mean storms that are already there are just going to get all their water out of the sky and dump it in areas. So yes, lightning activity could reduce around 9, 10 p.m, but we will still see a lot of heavy rain and remnants of these severe storms breaking out, and areas could see multiple inches of rain over the course of the next 6 hours or so. So I'm getting this video up, trying to get it up for about 5 p.m, so please make sure you do take the necessary precautions. Severe thunderstorms moving in over the next few hours. This is summer-like thunderstorms, and I know we have been putting them in the videos over the last few days, but this really is quite a bit more intense than I initially anticipated. So yeah, please do keep an eye on the live radar if you've got any plans this evening. If you are going out and about, make sure you do bring a brolly, because there will be a lot of heavy rain around, and make sure you do, if possible, stay indoors and perhaps even stay at home, so you don't want to get caught out in any storms over the course of the evening. For some areas, it's quite a nice, beautiful blue-skied evening, but these storms, especially in eastern England, are moving in, and they can pop up out of literally nowhere, and could produce some really quite severe disruption in some areas. So as I said, keep an eye on the radar, and please do stay safe out there. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check out the winter look ahead I put out earlier if you're interested in what could be happening towards early winter, because you know, in a few weeks' time, we could be seeing colder weather arriving. That's what the winter look-aheads are suggesting. Perhaps the second half of November could be colder than average. So very interesting seeing these huge contrasts at the end of October. So yeah, we'll just have to see. So as I said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you again for another video soon.